Cleaning and lubricating your chain is something many of us are going to do as often as pumping up our tyres, so you don't want to be spending ages doing it. So coming up is how to clean and lubricate your chain in less than, what, 3 minutes? First up, you're going to want to clean your chain before you clean the rest of your bike. Now, my bike and chain's relatively clean because I've been riding indoors, but if your chain is particularly dirty, then you're going to want to spray your favourite degreaser all over it. But if your chain isn't particularly dirty, you could just use your normal bike cleaner, or dare I say it, you could just use some washing up liquid or dish soap if you're in the US. Spray your degreaser all over your chain, your cassette, and your chain rings. I tend to have the chain on the largest chain ring at the front and somewhere in the middle of the cassette. So back pedal and spray that degreaser onto all of the different components. Give that a second to work its magic, and whilst it's doing so, you can get a stiff brush, hold it on the cassette, and then pedal backwards. We need to scrub all of the areas that are covered in grease. And don't forget about those pulley wheels. And then we can rinse all that degreaser off with our hose pipe. We don't have to use a crazy high pressure jet wash because it's the degreaser that is doing the hard work and not the water pressure. And if you don't have a hose pipe, well, you could just use a watering can. Once you've thoroughly washed all of that degreaser and grit off of all of the different components, just give everything a check over and assess if you're happy that the chain is clean enough. If you are, happy days. If you're not, just repeat those next couple of steps again. So spray your degreaser on and scrub it all in before giving it a thorough rinse to make sure there's no degreaser left in there. Now we've got a clean chain, the next step is on to drying the chain, which is one of the most important steps to do before you go on to lubricating it, because if the chain is still wet, then that lubricant isn't going to be able to work correctly. To dry your chain, you need to have a clean cloth such as this, and then you can hold it over the chain and back pedal to remove all of that moisture. The more you do this, the better, and then you have a perfectly dry chain. Once you're happy that the chain is dry, next step is to take your favourite chain lube and apply 1 drop to each individual roller. Now, if that seems like a little bit too much hard work for you, you can just hold the chain lube over the chain and back pedal at the same time to ensure that each individual roller has had some lube applied to it. Once you're at that stage, you can pedal the bike either backwards or forwards to work all of that chain lube in between the links, the pins, and the rollers of the chain. And then we can take our clean cloth and just easily back pedal and wipe off any excess chain lube, and you should have a chain that's perfectly lubricated, ready for your next ride. That is it, job done. Hope you found this video helpful and it's given you a simpler and more effective way to clean your chain. And if you've got any questions or maybe even tips of your own for cleaning your chain, well, let me know in the comments section down below. And for more bike tech videos like this, subscribe to GCN Tech. See ya.